Hello. With our next chapter, The Emergence of Modernism, I have been assigned to study Mies Van Der Rohe and his architecture and design. So, Ludwig Mies Van Der Rohe, commonly referred to as Mies, was born in 1886 and later died in 1969. He was a German-American architect, but was best regarded for his modernist architecture. He wanted to establish his own particular style that would present modern times such as classical and Gothic periods did in the past. He also was a creator of several pieces of furniture, which we can see more modern techniques. So for the first piece of architecture that I want to analyze is the Barcelona Pavilion. Now this piece of architecture was built as a German national pavilion in 1929. It is mainly made of glass, steel, and marble. And the pavilion accommodated the official reception that presided over King Alonso the 14th of Spain. And from the pictures, we can see some elements of modern design, very linear, very straight lines, very clean. But this piece was later disassembled in 1930. But then after time, towards 1980, it seems that it wanted to be reconstructed, and then it was then again finished in 1986. So some more pictures here of the floor plan and the surrounding view plan of the pavilion, and then also some interior views as we see some accents of that marble that we've seen in the architecture. Very clean, seems to be very empty, and this is some of his elements of what he wanted to do with more modern design and modernism. And then the next piece of architecture I wanted to talk about is the Farnworth House. This one is more located in Plano, Illinois, very local to us. It was built from 1949 to 1951, and it was considered a National Historic Landmark. You can still visit the site today, and it was built for a weekend retreat. And from the picture here, it seems to be very clean, once again, more linear, more straight lines, and this was, again, also a very popular element of modern design. And it shows the relationship between architecture and nature. He wanted to keep the windows and glass open to nature, but the privacy comes with the trees around the architecture. So the trees is what gives this house its privacy, but he wanted to keep the windows and the glass open for the viewer to be more open style concept, which is another concept for a modern design. Again, here's another plan view of the house and the trees around, and then another interior view, which again is almost empty, not much seating, very modern, and the view again showing how you can keep this open concept. And then the last piece of architecture that I want to talk about is Crown Hall. Crown Hall is located again very locally in Chicago, Illinois. It was built to house the IIT College of Architecture. Mies made a lot of buildings in this area for the university because he was a part of the board. This was one of the buildings that I chose to talk about. The structure is mainly made of steel, glass, and concrete, like most of his others. And again, this glass, keeping it open to the outside, is once again repeating what his thoughts of modernism and bringing in nature is for him. And on this piece of architecture, it focused more on the exterior than the interior. He wanted to show more design to the outside than he did recently on the inside. Miles described his building as almost nothing, which is very funny. He says that there isn't much inside, it's very open to accommodate to several events that can be held here. Another floor plan and view of the building shows most of the outside of the building is very empty. More of the walls are going to be towards the center, very central plan. And then to the right you can see that there was very open, concrete, mostly concrete, very simple, and again, very vast. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about Mies' furniture. Not only his architecture, but I wanted to talk about his furniture and how it shows some glances of modernism. He focused more on simple design for his chairs. He wanted to make them less bulky. He wanted to have them more appealing to the eye. So his designers call his work gravity defying, as it is. Most of his legs have curvature. This is what makes his design more modern. Is his legs that keep the structure of the chair straight. So he also focuses on relating the furniture to the interiors. So again, this can rely to the shape of the furniture, and this can rely to the textile. So with his chairs, we're going to see more simple textiles, like the simple black, very curved legs, which is what they call gravity defying. And then with this table, just simply glass steel framed. And this is what he thought was more of his simple design to keep a modern look and modern feel.